I'm depressed right now. I don't know how I feel. It's a whirlwind of emotions. Let's do it.
All right, you ready? Fuck Kevin Durant. Welcome to Factually Incorrect, episode 42. So a Russell Westbrook Cavaliers team is a better Cavaliers team than a Kyrie Irving Cavaliers team.
Yeah, we were just obviously we just watched the finals, but yeah, we
don't shake the fucking thing.
All right, yeah, I think a Russell Westbrook team is better than Kyrie Irving.
A Russell Westbrook Cavaliers team is better than a Kyrie Irving Cavaliers team.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving is a better scorer, but
Russell Westbrook needs to teach everyone what hustle is.
Yeah,
because that team is the laziest fucking shit since Miami Heat. Like LeBron's Heat team was one of the laziest transition teams I've ever seen in my life. The Cavaliers, every single game in this series, there's just at one point in time, there's just a dude from Golden State standing in the fucking paint.
Yeah, just catching
alone.
Dunk
it. Yeah. Catch and dunk.
Yeah. And
walk away.
They're just like, the announcers talking about it the whole time, like watching the game. Like they just got caught watching the ball. Like the ball would go and they just see them all staring at it. And I'm just like,
LeBron not stopping the ball in transition, fouling in transition, LeBron not getting his man on the post.
I'm a little upset. I'm not a Cleveland.
J.R. Smith not playing as many minutes as he need to. The dude went 7 from 7 from the three-point line. And the dude, I mean, how many minutes did he get?
Yeah,
20 minutes maybe?
Kevin Love with fucking 6 points.
Kevin Love with 6 points.
I gotta do the math. He's making like 24
To be fair, Kevin Love, the first quarter's reffing was awful.
Oh, it was god-awful. Yeah, they called fouls on everybody.
The fact that K-Love got basically taken out of the game by Zaza Pachulia just ripping his jersey apart is insane.
Yeah, they the refereeing was so stupid, especially because in game 4.
Yeah, in game 4 we had an exciting game of basketball.
Yeah, and then in game 5,
it's basically like you let the game get physical, in which the Cavs take it because LeBron James is on the fucking team, or you play really pussy ass
basketball
reffing, and then Steph Curry's like 5'2" midget ass just runs around and takes threes in everyone's face, you know?
Yeah, it was. They were inconsistent too, like the way they reffed this game and that
super inconsistent. And the fact that Caleb had to sit out the first half of the game basically, hurt him on the boards really badly. And getting so many rebounds really kept Golden State in the game in the beginning when they were down 8.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Kevin Durant did get a couple fouls too and had to sit out later on. It was like later.
Yeah,
on
and Zaza Pachulia finally got to sit down.
Yeah, after he got 4 fouls. But we went through a whirlwind of emotions. I wanted the Cavaliers to win. I'm not a Cavaliers fan, but we just.
It's just like I just don't think Golden State. Like I just hate Golden State.
Yeah, I don't think any team has ever gone from like. They were like darlings. Remember when they first won like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
They were the fucking...
Yeah, because it was like, look at this team that takes threes.
Yeah, and it was like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson kind of came out of nowhere. And they
Draymond
were like...
kind of...
Yeah, Draymond was there, but it was like, they were this unselfish...
Splash Brothers.
Yeah, the Splash Brothers.
Back when the Golden State was considered the Splash Brothers.
Yeah, and like they were this unselfish team and these like unimposing guys, and they won the championship. And then they go back to win a second championship, and they're still like the darlings of the media.
Yeah.
But then LeBron James says, no, thank you. I'm home now. It's my ring. And then somehow, some way, like, I mean, they won the championship tonight, so you can't blame them. But like Kevin Durant going to the Golden State Warriors
is the most bitch move in professional sports.
Oh yeah, it made them the villains.
All time. The fact that anyone on the planet Earth is sitting here realistically tonight talking about how Kevin Durant is now the greatest basketball player to ever play the game.
Oh my god!
Are you kidding me?
Oh my god! Yep. They're
Are you kidding me?
They're saying Kevin Durant is now better than LeBron James.
Like it's like being a part of any team and not playing well, and then joining a team that plays well, and then all of a sudden you win. Now well. You're the best.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that hard to shine.
Yeah. It's just a joke. I think Kevin Durant obviously is an amazing
and Russell
player.
Westbrook is sitting over there heated at OKC because he lost Harden and Westbrook. He lost Harden and Durant.
Do you think Westbrook is like in a dark corner right now, just like staring at the TV like Anakin Skywalker becoming Darth Vader, just like looking at it, just like next year it's over?
Russell Westbrook is like, meet me in the season. I'm breaking your forearm off. I'm two-hand jamming OG D-Rose style. I'm breaking your forearm off at the rim.
He's like Penny Hardaway when Shaq went to the Lakers and started winning with Kobe. He just
but Russell Westbrook on the Cavaliers in replacement for Kyrie Irving and DeMarcus Cousins in replacement of K-Love would be so sick.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Obviously, if you can get anyone to replace Kevin Love, you want the brow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good.
But
Good luck.
Good luck.
No one's gonna trade it.
Yeah.
They're gonna like laugh in your face.
But honestly, if Golden State's going to stay in its current shape, you might as well put the Brow and Russell Westbrook and keep Kyrie, and then you have an equivalent team in the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how insane this Golden State team is.
It's just hard, man. Like you need the cap space. Like the Golden State team is just. It's weird the way basketball works. You know, like you with cap space, and then you have like if you have a player already on your team, you can offer him money over the cap space because you have like luxury tax room. But like the Cavaliers just have no cap space. Like if you look at it, like they're paying LeBron James $30-something million a year. They're paying Kevin Love like 25. I think they're paying Kyrie like 19 or 18. And it's like everyone else on the team is making like a couple million a year. So it's like, I don't know, with Golden State, like someone pointed this out to me, like Bill Simmons was talking about how like teams usually go in like 3-year runs. Like you have like the 96, like the Bulls won from like 93 to 96. The Lakers won from 2000 to 2002, like 3 championships. The Golden State Warriors obviously lost last year, but they've been the final 3 straight years in a row. Same as the Cavs. Like when is their run going to end? And I think they're like the first team ever. Like they just got Kevin Durant. I'm like, this shit is not going to end. I feel like they can foreseeably go to like the next.
There's going to be a really lame next 4 to 5 finals.
You know,
unless Klay Thompson hops ship.
Yeah, I think he has 2 more years on his deal, and so does Draymond. That's where the issue comes in, because I know Kevin Durant said he'd take less money to keep players on the team, but he's not going to take like 10 million less. He'd probably take like 5 or 6 million less. But Curry's going to get the max deal. Kevin Durant's going to get like 30 million a year too. And then 2 years from now, they're going to have problems keeping those 2 on the team. But the only other team I could see like giving Golden State a problem is the Spurs. Like,
yeah, I mean the Spurs are never out, which is what's crazy about that team.
They've made the last 20 playoffs.
It's straight up coaching too.
Yeah,
it's only coaching.
Yeah. Well, they got Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you want to talk about a team equivalent to Golden State? Kawhi Leonard jumps to Cavaliers. Russell Westbrook jumps, and the Brow replaces Kevin Love, and now we have a team that can compete against Golden State.
Yeah, and it sounds absurd.
And it sounds ridiculous, but that's exactly what Golden State has.
Yeah, they have 4. It's the first time ever, I think, in the All-Star game where like 4 of the starting 5 All-Star players have come from one team. You had Clay, Dre, KD, Steph, and then you had I don't know who was the 5th player. I think it was Westbrook. Yeah, it was Westbrook.
It was Westbrook,
He's just like,
he's sitting over there fuming.
Yeah, he's like standing next to them. They're doing the national anthem. He's just like, oh, yeah, he hates him. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It was a crazy finals, though. I mean,
it was Golden State's to lose. I mean, Cleveland played really lazy.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the series, they really kicked it up in Game 4. Had a good game.
Yeah.
Kind of went off. They had like 9 turnovers by the half, though, this game. Because Kyrie Irving lost 2 dribbles in the first half, lost a 3rd and a 4th one in the second half.
They lost the game in the second quarter when the Warriors went on that run. Remember that 30 run? I don't think they ever.
Yeah, they went like a 30-2
run.
Right, it was like something insane. Yeah,
and I think they didn't get the lead after that at all. It was like after that the lead.
It was gone.
Yeah,
we tweeted it's over, and that was when Steph Curry hit the runner from the elbow. Yeah. And got fouled.
Yeah.
Then that was the play after Steph jumped into Corver to get the 3, which is total bullshit.
Yeah.
The first half, the reffing in the first half. I mean, like I'm no NBA conspiracy theorist, but clearly that shit's ref to try and be as long as possible of a series. But the first half reffing, especially the first quarter reffing, just felt so one-sided to me.
Oh yeah. The 2 quick fouls on Kevin Love did it.
The 2 quick fouls on Kevin Love.
I think
Kevin Love's second foul is inexcusable.
Yeah, they gave LeBron James a foul first. Remember, it was like
LeBron James got a blocking foul on Kevin Durant at the top of the 3-point line.
Yeah, and then
K-Love. Steph jumped into Corver. That was later.
Yeah.
K-Love got 2 fouls. Yeah. K-Love got one of his fouls on a driving Draymond, which he barely put his hands on.
Yeah, I think you and I agree with this. Like I prefer the basketball when they let them fucking play. Like,
yeah, it's like we were talking about this right before we went live. It's like, or we talked about it a little bit when we went live. It's like if you ref the game like you did Game 4, Cleveland has a chance.
Yeah,
because they're a more physical team.
If you don't, and
if you don't, then they're just it's not a competition. If you ref the game like this, where it's like if you even touch someone, it's a jump shooter's paradise. Because Steph Curry and Iguodala always do that shit, and Durant does it a little bit, but not so bad.
Yeah.
Where you take a jump shot, if you get tapped, you fall on your back. or
Yeah.
you spin out or something crazy, and the ref sees movement, and then they call a foul. You know, and then you get your free throws. Also, put J.R. Smith in the fucking game. Let him play. I don't give a shit if he's not one of the all-stars on your team, even though, in my opinion, he's better than Kevin Love. Like, J.R. Smith is... The starting lineup should be... Or, like, your three really should be J.R. Smith, Kyrie Irving, and LeBron James. Because J.R. Smith is a great catch and shoot.
Yeah.
Shooting guard.
They're your three offensive output.
Because Tristan Thompson can't catch a pass. Jefferson is 86.
Yeah.
And everyone on Iman Shumpert has never played basketball before.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like,
you know what they called JR and Shumpert when they brought him from New York? They called them the Trash Brothers.
Yeah.
Which JR I don't think is, but Shumpert for sure. But
J.R. Smith is like, he was like, when was he was 5 from 5 from the 3-point line in like the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah.
And the dude didn't play. Then he got benched, basically.
Yeah, I think he went 6 for 7 or 7 for 8.
And he got benched after his tech.
Yeah. Someone made this point to me before where, like, the Warriors, it seems like everyone on their team can play defense and offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Curry's not an amazing defender.
Curry can strip the ball at least.
Yeah, but he can steal, and so he plays good defense. He's not a Kawhi level defender, but obviously he's
no
a great
one's a Kawhi level defender.
That's true. Yeah.
Name one person that defends like Kawhi Leonard. No one.
I'll wait. Yeah. But
a brick wall couldn't defend like Kawhi Leonard. If you put a brick wall in front of the goal,
yeah, it's just not happening. That 99D, but like I don't know if you noticed this, but like, did you see on Cleveland? Like, it seemed like each of their players, besides LeBron, the obvious candidate, and then you got Kyrie, but even Kyrie, like, they can only do one thing well. Like, Kyrie's an amazing scorer, okay defense. Like, Tristan Thompson, he's there for fucking rebounds. That's it.
Yeah, his job is to box out. And by the way, why can't the Cavaliers box anyone out?
Yeah,
LeBron James not going up for rebounds, not stopping the ball in the lane. Tristan Thompson's getting out rebounded. Everyone's jumping on top of each other, getting piggybacks this game, basically.
Yeah.
Because everyone's getting over the back fouls that are uncalled. Yeah. Because no one in the Cavaliers is boxing anyone out.
And it seems like Kevin Love can only do one thing well a night.
Yeah, Kevin Love is like, he's supposed to be this like dude, this big man that'll help you stretch the floor.
Yeah.
You put him in the corner, he'll take corner threes, he gets rebounds for you, he puts people in the post. Dude can't play the post.
No.
Hardly got any rebounds tonight.
No.
Got fouled out basically in the beginning of the game and bricked all his threes.
Yeah, it's like last game when he scored like 27 points or something, or he scored, he was going
that's when he was taking threes.
Yeah, he was getting like no so it's like, that's the problem. I feel like with the Warriors, it's like Kevin Durant can play defense, offense. All of them can play defense and offense.
I don't feel like Kevin Love has like that confidence of a champion. Because when you hear him in interviews, he didn't play like it. And when you hear him in interviews and they ask about like whether or not he wants to leave, he's like, I'm on a championship. I'm on a contending team. Whatever. Who cares now?
Yeah.
And it's really just more like,
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be on a team with... He's basically saying, like, I'm really glad I get to be on LeBron and Kyrie's team.
Yeah. He's an all-star level player. Like, he's a great... When they traded for him, I thought it was stupid because I liked Wiggins. Like, he's a young player. But LeBron wanted to win now. And then that year that they lost, the first year they lost to Golden State in 2015 finals, Kyrie and Love were hurt in the finals. So Kyrie got hurt like game 2, and LeBron like won 2 games. They won 2 games, but then they you just can't do it all alone. But the trade for Love got him a championship. That's all that matters. So he's proven its worth, and he's still good. But I think they should trade him. They should trade him because like the amount of money you're paying him, 22 or 24 million a year, you can pay to like a fucking Paul George or DeMarcus Cousins or fill in the blank for all-star.
Fill in
all-star blank.
Yeah.
And it's like,
this is I haven't been keeping up with the regular season. I didn't keep up with the regular season very well. Is Dwight Howard still playing?
Yeah, but he's not. He's trash.
What if you poached
I would take Howard over Thompson.
What if you poached DeAndre Jordan?
He'd be better. if you get rid of like Tristan Thompson, I wouldn't get rid of Love for Jordan, but like Tristan Thompson. Yeah, I think Tristan Thompson needs to go. Not because he's a bad player, but I think he's 6'9" and he plays center, but he's just really athletic, or he's 6'10". But
he looks small out there.
He's a small center, and like besides tonight, he scored 12 points miraculously. Like he's not a scorer.
Yeah, so drop 12 passes. I don't know. It's just like,
yeah. And then you can't, like, it's just the NBA. Yeah, exactly. The NBA now is like a small man's game. Mm-hmm. And so like you can't have Love and Thompson out there at the same time. Yeah. Like they don't have them at the same time. So it's like your 5 best players you can't even play at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like your lineup is out of whack.
Yeah, and that's why when we talk about
we're dropping mixtape. I'm using this microphone.
all right, back. So no, yeah, it's like you that's why I was talking about like maybe you put Kyrie, like we were talking about Kyrie being a shooting guard and Russell Westbrook coming in to be the point guard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then the problem is that Kyrie's so small.
Yeah, and they just like the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And do you really want to put Kyrie in a non-dribbling role?
Yeah, I mean he did it okay with LeBron handling the ball. But it's just kind of too predictable. Like, you know, LeBron would bring the ball up the court, and then Kyrie would wait on the 3-point line kind of out there. And like LeBron would dish it to him, and Kyrie would either like...
Yeah, LeBron would drive, maybe he gets stuck, he'd dish it out to Kyrie. Kyrie would back up a couple seconds, do with the crossover, and then drive the lane and get a ridiculous...
Yeah,
lay-in.
90% of the time he'd do that, or maybe 75% of the time. The other 25% he'd like pass it back to LeBron. LeBron would take this trash 3.
LeBron would take a brick trash 3. He'd take a JR's 3.
You know what? He makes the 3 enough to where you're like, it might be a good idea. You know?
Yeah.
It's like it's almost
it's like he takes this brick ass JR 3, right? This Jamal Crawford, JR Smith brick ass 3, and it goes up, and you go, but he's a champion.
Yeah,
and you just think to yourself like, that is LeBron James taking that shot. I don't know. Maybe you start doubting yourself. You're like, maybe he knows something I don't. I don't know. Maybe he knows something.
Yeah,
maybe he checked the wind resistance before he took that 3 or something.
Yeah, but it's LeBron James. Yeah, so I'm like, and I feel like it'd be better if he didn't make those 3s at all, because then he would never take them. Yeah. But he makes them at a rate enough.
He's the fucking dude that went to Vegas and came out net positive the first time. Yeah. Now he just keeps going to Vegas chasing the high. And
he's like, I don't know what he shoots from 3. I don't know his percentage, but maybe like he probably shoots like 30%.
You know, I feel like Cleveland could be coached to be a better team.
Yeah, well,
because they get their permit. Like, I feel like the players run that team. Like, the coach doesn't like
LeBron.
Like,
LeBron's run every team he's been on.
You know, Kerr is not allowing that shit in his team. Like, he is not fucking around with his players. And think of like any other great coach, right?
Yeah,
Popovich.
No, Popovich for sure though.
Popovich would whoop that ass. Well, Popovich would get that team in shape. Well, he's a
military dictator though.
Or like the Clippers coach, whose name I'm totally drawing a blank on, Doc Rivers.
Yeah. Well, I think Cleveland, like the problem is like, I don't know, like they just need like a GM to kind of come in and fix the situation.
GM to come and be like, hey, what's up? We're playing an athletic sport. Could you run, please?
Yeah, but LeBron James has always like not always ran the team, but it's always been like, the rumors always been like he kind of like, you know, he talks to the ownership like, we need to trade this player. Like, I need this player. I mean, to be fair, like every player that like,
it's one of these things. He throws that brick 3 up. You're like, he is a champion. And then he comes to the owners, and you're like,
he's LeBron James.
He's LeBron James.
He's the biggest star in the NBA. His jersey sales pay our bills. Yeah, but I mean, he like, from what other players talk about him, is like he's great to play with. Like, they say he's an amazing teammate. Like, you know, he obviously passes the ball a lot. Like, he wants
sometimes
to win.
Too much.
Yeah, sometimes he needs to be more selfish.
Sometimes he drives the line. I mean, like the last 5 possessions.
Yeah.
Of the Cleveland Cavaliers were just him drive the lane, spin layup, drive the lane, spin move layup.
The problem with LeBron is that he knows he's great. And so, like, I feel like he probably demands greatness around him, you know? Or, like, on the Warriors, Steph and KD, like, they know they're good, but I think they've bought into the team philosophy more in all senses. Like, I'm not saying LeBron's not a team player.
Yeah, but when you're passing Amon Shumpert and Tristan Thompson the ball, and they're dropping it.
Yeah.
Jefferson's throwing shit bounce passes all over the place, and he's dropping the ball. It's like, dude, what more can I do?
You average a triple-double the final. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we are crucifying LeBron, but he
averaged a triple-double.
Yeah. There's nothing else you can...
It's like...
about 40 points a night.
There's really nothing else that you can do if you're LeBron James, because it's like, you're not just dropping 40. You're not dropping 40 with 2 assists and 1 steal. You're averaging a triple-double.
Yeah, 40 points.
Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah, he's averaging 40 points, and it's like...
he's playing like 45 minutes a game.
Yeah, and the problem is, like... the last game 4, the one they won, where Kyrie dropped like 40, LeBron dropped 40, you know, a triple-double with 40 points, and Kyrie dropped like 40. It's like, you can't win needing that kind of game the whole series.
Yeah, it's
from
like
both the players.
Yeah, it's like game plan's pretty simple. These 2 dudes make up 80 of our points, and then the other 20 come from the bench somewhere.
Yeah, and it's like, that just can't happen.
And you're like, you got Kyle Korver and JR, 2 great post-up jumpers.
We need you to each to get 10 points.
We need you each at least getting 10 points.
Yeah. Love
15. From JR, I'm requesting 15.
Yeah, Love. I'm gonna need at least 15.
I'm gonna need at least 10 rebounds.
Yeah, 10 rebounds. And I'm gonna need 15 points. I'm gonna
need 15 points. You're massive. You're fucking massive.
You're about 6'11",
and you're strong.
Yeah,
and you can stretch the floor, and you're getting 6 points in the finals game.
Yeah, it's just not like. I think that's another thing. Like we're talking about the Warriors. It's just like, man, you have KD, Clay, Steph, who each can average 30 points a game easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Like, no, that's just just another
And sometimes
Tuesday.
Steph will just get like a 20-point game.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty calm night for him, and it doesn't matter because he's got dudes that can pick the slack up for him.
Yeah, like 30 this game. And then KD had like almost 40. I think Clay had like 20-something. I'm like, come on. You know, with those three right there, you already have 80, 90 points. So like you were right. I think Shumpert, had like 5 points, 4 points. And it's like when you have...
Yeah, and like 3 or 4 turnovers and like 4 fouls or something.
Yeah, you need a better bench. Like,
how is J.R. Smith going to run all the way across the court and get teched and then go 7 for 7 from the 3-point line?
Yeah.
How are you going to get him that mad? Tattoos glowing red, and then him drop 7 for 7 from the 3-point line.
I think the problem with the Cavs is they're in the Eastern Conference, which is a weaker conference because on the West you got Golden State, the Spurs, the
Clippers.
Rockets. Yeah, the Clippers, 4 championship contending teams. Where on the East you had the Celtics and maybe the Cleveland for sure, and maybe the Celtics. So it's like you can afford on the Eastern Conference to play and be like
kind of lazy.
Yeah, lazy. Where it's like
star-studded.
Yeah, you could be like, okay, like JR go off like he did tonight, and he'll win us this game. LeBron obviously is going to go off a bunch of times, and he'll win
most
us
of the nights. Kyrie's going to go off most of the nights.
Where it's like when you go play the fucking finals and you're playing against the Warriors, it's like you need a team to function as a unit, and I think they're just not doing that. Like you said, Jefferson looked like he was 80 years old.
Yeah,
I'm like
Jefferson was 1 foul away from turning to dust on the court.
Yeah, that
dude almost came the sands of time on the court.
He was going to retire last year after they won the championship, which he did really well, and he was like,
and then his grandson convinced him to keep playing.
Yeah, well, no, they were like the Cavs were like
everyone else wears warm ups like long sleeve shirts. He hobbles out in his fucking cane to protect his back.
They were like, the Cavs were like, we need you back, and he's like, fuck it, I'm signing a 2-year deal, I'm back, baby. And now it's like the difference between, I think he's 36. The difference between last year and this year, it's like he looks 36
happened?
now. Yeah, last year he played, I think he was 28, and now I'm like, oh, all right.
He thought he was retiring. He started worrying about like mortgages and bills and shit, and then he came back, and now all of a sudden he's just like slowest dude on the court.
Shumpert, we need you to go.
Shumpert, cut your hair. You don't get that. You're not allowed that hair anymore.
Hey, he stays winning though. Tiana Taylor.
Yeah, I know.
That's just like.
That's fucked up too.
He's gonna go home and have makeup sex with her tonight. Think about that. We're crying about it. We're crying. He's like, I'm so sad. And then this dime piece comes in. He's like, it's okay.
Nah, dude. If I'm her, I'm like, get your L ass on the couch.
Only winners. I only fuck with winners, baby.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'll act like you tonight and drop the ball. Get your ass on the couch.
Darren Williams, we need to get rid of him.
Darren Williams.
We need him to go.
He had one unlucky 3. But Darren Williams is like, he's another one of those dudes. It's like picking up Darren Williams is like picking up D Rose. It's like, I really want a point guard that used to be raw as fuck, that used his body, but now is injured.
I'm gonna take. To be honest, I'd probably take D Rose over Darren Williams.
I would too.
Point. Yeah, I'd be like, give me D Rose.
Darren Williams is supposed to be able to shoot the 3, and he's supposed to have that crossover still. That's all he's supposed to have.
He's only, it's funny. He's only 32, but he was like, remember like a few years ago, he was nasty.
He used to put the body on people too.
Yeah.
He would tank up dudes in the lane. He would just like,
he was on the Nets.
Just take foul after foul, just going to the rim. Yeah,
he was like
Brooklyn Nets. Yeah,
I remember he was on like the Olympic team in 2012. I remember because I had 2K12 and he was like a 90.
Yeah, he was nasty. Yeah,
like, oh shit.
He was in contention for like, and remember he was like him and John Wall were like battling it out for point guard.
Yeah,
best point guard in the NBA kind of shit.
Yeah, I think it was him, Chris Paul, and John Wall. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, it was also during like the Crawford era.
Yeah, I don't know. The Cavs just need a reshaping. I guarantee you this year, our general manager LeBron James is going to be hard at work. He's just going to come in a suit and be like, "Oh, I'm the GM today, baby."
Yeah, we got to see who gets rid of.
Traded. Yeah, well, July 1st when free agency starts, I wouldn't be surprised if you see
Kevin Love is ex-nay.
Oh yeah, he's gone. I mean, and Kevin Love's a great player. We're not hating on him, but you can't.
You just can't, like, under no circumstance can you be a star player and get 6 points in the finals.
Cavs players only.
Yeah. Under no points are you going to let the Justice League
win that game.
Win that game with 6 points.
Oh my god, that's like $3 million that's like $3 million for every point you scored in that game.
Yeah.
That's how much you're getting paid. It's insane.
Yeah, he earned almost $1 million per point.
Yeah.
And he got 6 points.
Yeah. Okay. I think LeBron can opt out of his contract this year too, but he's not going to. He's getting paid I think he's the highest paid player in the NBA now, which is the first time. Is it crazy? This year was the first time ever he was the highest paid player.
Doesn't matter, dude. I mean, it's like, think of all, well, I hope it doesn't happen, but think of all the shoes KD is going to sell.
Oh, he's still like selling. Yeah, he's been selling.
I mean, it's like you'll take a pay cut from a salary perspective to become a star that everyone wants the merch of, you know?
Yeah. Well, LeBron has taken pay cuts his whole career. I think this is the first year ever, like I said, where he's getting paid like what LeBron James
Mucho. But then, I mean, it doesn't matter. He makes so much more money off the court than he does on the court.
Yeah, well, he signed a lifetime deal with Nike where I think it's worth $20 million a year for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I mean, he makes more money off the court than he does on the court.
Yeah, which is crazy, like that you can sign a lifetime deal, which is kind of awesome. Smart of him, because when he's 90, he'll be getting $20 million a year from Nike. Which
he's on the Supreme Court of basketball.
Yeah, which he could. I think Kevin Durant got offered like $250 million for like a 10-year deal from Under Armour or something like that, and Nike decided to match, so he stayed with Nike. Yeah,
dodged a fucking bullet on that one.
Under Armour, I mean, you get your money regardless whether the fucking Under Armour stock goes up or down.
Maybe you deny that though and try and get that lifetime,
that Nike contract,
lifetime membership. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
Steph Curry.
What if you're irrelevant in 10 years? What if everyone starts talking shitty about you again in 10 years?
Well, LeBron has been on Nike. Bless you. LeBron's been on Nike since he was like 18, and he's had, he has his own. He has some fire ass shoes, by the way.
Yeah, but here's the problem, right?
But
Kevin Durant is the most hated man in the NBA right now.
By anyone who's not a Golden State fan. Yeah.
Everyone hates Kevin Durant.
There's a lot of Golden State fans.
Zaza
right
Pachulia.
There's a lot of Golden State fans.
Yeah, there's a lot of Fairweather fans right now.
There's a lot of Golden State fans. I remember they won the championship the first year. I'm like, I see people with like Golden State jerseys. I'm like, where were these?
Yeah, because it's like, look at those unathletic short dudes dropping bombs on LeBron James. I like them.
Well, I mean, it makes sense though,
and now
right?
You got 7'10" over there.
It's hard to relate to LeBron James.
Dude's release is 10 foot 3 inches off the ground.
Yeah, I was telling you this before we started.
Barely bends his knees and he's 10 feet off the ground.
Kevin Durant's a legit 7-footer, which is like, it's scary to think like people that are 7 foot exist that can move like that.
He looks like a tree that got out of the ground.
Yeah, he looks like Groot.
He looks like
Groot.
He looks like a weeping willow that someone plucked from the earth at one point and gave Nikes to.
Fucking with the fucking 8-foot wingspan. Oh my! He like dribbles the ball.
He's
down here.
He's actually like a fuck. What are those fucking birds called? A condor. He's a condor on the basketball court.
Fucking pterodactyl. Yeah. I was telling you this before we started that it's the first time in my life I've ever felt bad for LeBron James. Ever. Like every other time he's lost, I'm like, not because I'm a hater, but I'm not a LeBron James fan. I've never been a LeBron James fan in my life. I'm a Lakers fan. I love Kobe Bryant. So obviously that made me a nemesis of LeBron James. But like when I wanted the Thunder to win in 2012. I wanted the Spurs to beat them both times in the finals that they played. It's the first time in my life where I was like, man, that's bullshit, bro. LeBron James should have won,
That's some trash, bro.
Fucking greatest player. One of the greatest players of all time.
And Kevin Durant goes, we won it.
Yeah.
At the end. He goes, are we the champions now? We won. He said we. He said we one of those.
I love the coach.
I can't believe it.
Steve Kerr, or no, who's it? Was the owner was like, thanks for coming, Kevin, or something like that. Remember? Yeah. Steve Kerr is like, it's all coaching.
Dude, that's like the most, he might as well have been going like, thanks for Kevin. Like, I'm tapping my fingers like a little cunt. Like, thanks for coming, Kevin.
Yeah. I don't like it. I really don't like his move. I think he should have stayed at Oklahoma, but someone was talking to me about like when teams trade for star players, like when the Celtics did it in 2008, when they had like Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, like people seem to be okay with it, but when players do it, people get mad. And like the same thing happened to LeBron James when he went to the Heat. Remember, everyone was roasting LeBron, like, he's such a bitch. He went to the Heat to play with Wade and Bosh, like, I don't know. Like, I have this internal debate with it because it's like part of me thinks it's like a pussy move for Kevin specifically, not LeBron.
It's different though, because like the reason why Kevin is such a bitch for it is because LeBron created a super team
to beat another super team.
team.
Yeah,
Kevin just joined the best team in the NBA.
Yeah, that just beat him. They were just, remember the Thunder were up 3-1.
Yeah.
And then the Golden State
think of it in like Nordic times.
Yeah.
It's like some fucking Vikings rolled on your street, burned your houses, raped your women, and pillaged your city, and you're like, I'll go with y'all. Y'all seem pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna join you guys, and we're gonna go rape and pillage more. Yeah, that's my problem with it. Like I said, like LeBron James made a super team because Boston Celtics had a super team, and it's like he didn't, when he joined the Heat weren't like a good team. They were like middle.
Yeah,
of the pack.
you had big Mick post up Fader, and then you had Little Neck from Land Before Time.
Well, it's funny because Bosch was a free agent and joined that summer too. So it wasn't like he was there. It's like they both talked and were like, "Hey, let's join this team and we can become, a super team." But it's like Kevin Durant is such a pussy move. And, it's a bad move. Like I said, I'm not happy for him, but like he's a grown ass man. You can do whatever you want. You're a free agent.
Yeah, I mean, like he needs to have gotten a ring at some point.
Yeah, but like it's just not like, I don't know. He could have. It rubs me the wrong way. Like if he got swept when he was on the Thunder, like they got swept and they were just going to be trash and he was like, I'm leaving. But it's like you were up 3-1. Like they were favored to win the finals last year.
Yeah.
Like they were like in the odds, like they were supposed to win that series and they would have probably dominated the fucking Cavs. I don't know, theoretically.
Well, think about the matchups. Yeah. I think they would have dominated the Cavs because do you really think Russell Westbrook is letting Kyrie score like he does?
No, and I
absolutely not. And do you think Kyrie is getting in the way of Russell Westbrook when he's planting up on him and jumping 13 feet in the air and jamming on him like that? No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
I think Russell Westbrook is Kyrie's kryptonite. Everyone in the NBA talks about how annoying it is to be guarded by him and to have to guard him because the guy has a fucking pit bull of energy. Yeah, the guy has no breaks.
He's a point guard that plays. Well, Kawhi Leonard doesn't play like him, but he plays defense. He's not as good as defense as Kawhi Leonard, but
it's the hustle.
Oh yeah, he'll pick you up at full court, and he's just like, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna fucking make your life miserable today, which I love Russell Westbrook for. Like his attitude is like a dream come true. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
He's like he could have been good at any sport.
Oh yeah, and he's a monster. He averaged a triple double, and he's a point guard. I mean, he's 6'4", which isn't. He's not a small in the NBA, but he's not big. He's not 6'8".
But he's a pretty. We should mention he's a decent size for a point guard. Yeah, 6'4" is pretty decent size for a point guard.
And he's athletic as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, think about the number one point guards in the league right now. They're all shorter than him.
Yeah, Chris Paul, Kyrie. But yeah, I don't know. Kevin Durant, it's just like, I mean, you won a championship and you played the season and you won. You should feel good about it. But it's also like.
But do you remember like the first game of the season when they dropped like 100? It was like a crazy, like 130-80, like insane.
Yeah,
and the commentators were like, "Is this what it's gonna be like all year?"
Yeah, he should have stayed one more year. I think with Oklahoma, I think he should have just signed a 1-year deal with a 1-year player option like he did this year, and
would have been like, let's give this one more go.
Yeah, let's give this one more go. And if that happens and you don't make it, then whatever. But like, I don't know. Like, I'm just a fan of like if you were on the same team, right? And you were on.
I keep thinking of like Nazi references.
Yeah, well,
I don't know why. It's like, damn, their science is really dope.
Yeah. Well, if you're like,
I'll join that.
if you're on the same team and you made it to the finals in 2012, you lost. Last year you would have been up. You were up 3-1 and you lost. And then this year, if you finally win the championship, wouldn't it feel so much sweeter? Like, this is the team I started with. This is my fucking boy. Like, we fucking did it. We killed the game. And it's like,
yeah, me and him.
Yeah, like
we did it
since day one, same team. And it's like, I don't know. This way, it's like, I don't know how he's gonna feel about it, but whatever.
It's just like
people forget.
How do you? Yeah, people forget real quick.
They're going to
talk to Kobe. But like,
don't you dare speak on his name like that. Put some respect on it.
Kobe wasn't as good.
Oh my god,
he wasn't as good as everyone thought it was.
Oh my god, 5 rings.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Shaq
had 4. Shaq was amazing.
Yeah, I'm not saying Shaq had more rings, dog. What I am saying is that when you put Optimus Prime in the paint,
yeah,
ain't that fucking hard.
And you can't be mad at him now, okay? The Warriors took that mantle. They have 4, okay?
Yeah.
The Lakers had 2 superstars.
You're like, leave my purple and gold alone.
Yeah. Hey, the Lakers had 2 superstars, okay? You can't. It's not fair. It's like
Shaq is 3 human beings in a big suit.
Yeah, he probably is the most dominant basketball player of all time. But it's like it's still not the fucking Warriors. The Warriors, KD, Steph, Clay, and Draymond Green is just not fair. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not fair because it's fair. It's within the rules of the game. Like, I'm not gonna whine, but I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna celebrate when someone smashes them. That's all.
It's just ridiculous.
I'm a Golden State hater now.
You know what the problem is too? Is their rookie looked good today too. Fuck you. Fuck you.
What's his name?
Fuck you. What are you learning from them? Fuck you. You don't get that. What kind of bullshit is that?
And remember that like that putback basket he got like in the third quarter? He like looked confident when he did it. I'm like, you bitch. You know,
you fuck you.
We're such haters. We're like, he's like he's our age. He's 21.
He's playing next to Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and
Draymond Green.
I think he went
Steph
up against
Curry, Klay
Love.
Thompson.
I think he went up against Love or like JR and like scored on him. And I looked at him. I'm like, oh shit.
I think he did JR because then JR dropped a bomb on the other end of the court and just was like,
tears looking at him like
he's like, I'm gonna have to get another tear tatted because I just killed your ass.
I was like, I like when he like guarded LeBron a couple times. Like there was a switch and you're just like, you heard Kevin Hart's voice in the back like, no, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. And you see LeBron just turn around like, oh yeah, it's game time.
Oh, it's on. Yeah, anytime the Rook swapped onto LeBron, we just looked at each other like, all right, this is over.
Yeah, LeBron just turned around.
Or when Kyrie would have him, it would be like, this is not gonna get good. Remember when he hit him with the crossover, step back, and his feet slipped, and then he shook him again and drove to the lane and got that nasty
layup,
double clutch. Yeah, and we're just like, you can't guard that man.
You know what's funny is you know what he's gonna do every time. Like he gets the ball and he kind of gets low.
It's like playing 2K. Yeah, and Chris Paul's got the ball in the corner. You're just like, fuck.
Yeah, here.
I already know I'm about to get the business.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen. Like Kyrie just looks at you and you're like, wonder how he's gonna score this one. And he just shimmy, you know.
Yeah, Kyrie. This is every play when Kyrie has the ball. He dribbles it down the court. He calls for a pick. It doesn't go so well, and he's like, it's game time. Yeah, my favorite pick is one that doesn't work because then it gives me. And the coach gave me the green light to drive this.
ISO.
He bang bang hits it between the legs once, hits the pump, bang, does the fucking it's like the faux sham god hesitation, drives the lane, jumps 360 quadruple clutch through the legs, ridiculous. Ball goes all the way up, hits off the ceiling, and then nothing but net through the. It's like the craziest layup you ever seen in your life. And then he falls on the ground, gets up, and he does that little half jog back to that side of the court like, I'm gonna play defense now.
He makes layups cool. Like it's almost like I haven't seen him dunk ever.
There'll be a layup contest after he retires.
Oh my god, yeah, he's the layup king. It's like the finishing king. It's like I just want him to dunk one time so I can know he can.
He could so easily become the new logo.
Oh, the NBA.
There's so many good stills of him.
It's that classic like how he leans over and the ball's like at his feet and he's just like down here and you can tell he's just like
yeah, when he's like dribbling with his fingers, basically, like he's typing on the top of the ball.
He's just looking.
He's
at
like
you.
putting in the cheat code. He's putting in like the numbers needed to detonate the bomb in Counter Strike.
Yeah, he's just looking at you, and he's just like, "You really want the biz, or how are we gonna do this?" You know?
Yeah, he fucking starts dribbling up the court, and
I think he had like
what's
30.
that? Oh my god, what's the name of that dude that got dunked on that got DeAndre Jordan jammed on?
Brandon Ingram. Brandon Knight. Yeah.
Brandon Knight starts getting cold sweats. Brandon Knight goes, Brandon Knight tonight. When the Rook got on Kyrie Irving, Brandon Knight's laying in his bed sleeping. Goes,
damn, wait.
What happened?
Is that Brandon Knight's like career?
Brandon Knight's entire career is
the DeAndre
Jordan giving him an autopsy.
Yeah.
And Kyrie Irving dropping him in the All-Star game.
Oh, he was the one that got crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
The one where Kyrie hit the step back and he fell, and then he gave him the.
Oh my god.
When he backed up, that was Brandon Knight. Brandon Knight also got dunked on by like JaVale McGee once, I think.
Yeah, I've seen like a couple of them, and
he tries to take a charge, and he's like you know what the problem is? Brandon Knight is really good.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's a great player,
but it's just like
he's in the wrong spot every play.
You know what? I gotta give him credit, man, because he's trying. Because like I feel like because of like Shaq and a fool.
Shame.
Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, like how many times during this game did we see LeBron move out of the way for a jump? Dunk? Iguodala drove the lane twice on him without any contest.
LeBron like moved out the way. They dunked like looking around like I think that was your man.
And in the fourth quarter, it's like you got 3 fouls, Bron. We need you to take a charge.
Yeah, he like I think that's the problem with the internet and like highlight clips and like Sports Center is like players are scared to play defense because they're scared to end up on a highlight reel.
Exactly what Charles said. He's like, and at this point, you see me make a business decision.
Yeah, it's like at this point, but it's like. Brandon Knight, I gotta give him credit, man. Although he had the DeAndre Jordan jam it's definitely one of the worst ever. I don't know if it's the worst ever. I'd have to see a compilation.
No, the only dunk that is worse than the Brandon Knight jam is when Vince Carter jumped over that Asian dude.
Oh yeah,
in the Olympics.
Yeah, banged on it.
Banged on him.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen that, Vince Carter jumped over someone
during a real game.
During a real Olympic game and banged on him.
Yeah.
Now there's this one clip of
one.
Vince Carter. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's an inbound play. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Where
they're inbounding from like kind of half court, right? And he I don't know who's inbounding.
He comes like off the wing, doesn't he? Right? Or no?
He's on the left wing. Like they're on the left side of the court, right? And they're inbounding from the left side. And he comes off the left wing. He comes up to the top of the 3-point line, and then he like runs like he kind of like fills the right lane.
Yeah.
And the guy goes to inbound it, and something happens where he just throws it way too hard.
Yeah.
And it comes off the backboard and flies off. It hits like the bottom right corner of the backboard and flies off. And Vince is in the air, and he's got his right knee up to his chest, and his left knee dangling. And he catches the ball with his right hand all the way extended out behind him, and he throws it at the rim as hard as he possibly can, and it rims up and out of bounds.
Oh, okay, so he misses it.
He misses it, and I remember thinking when I watched that, if that went in, we would never stop talking about that dunk.
That's a nasty dunk.
That would be the greatest dunk anyone on the planet Earth has ever seen. It's like when you used to watch old Shannon Brown clips where he would like basically like jump and then like take a seat on the rim to block it because he's so athletic.
Yeah, he just
like this, like the clip where he like gets the chase down blocking foul, and Kobe Bryant gets off the bench and he's like,
"Good Lord, yeah,
good Lord."
His trampolines in his feet. Yeah, some like. My favorite types of dunks are I love the alley-oops when like it's a center who catches it and it's almost like he bends at the waist, like they catch it back here and they're just like, you know, like they reach way over.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing you can do to stop it. And it's almost like
the most aggressive thing in the NBA is when DeAndre Jordan gets bodied halfway between going for the alley-oop and he gets stuck in midair, but he catches the ball and then throws it into the rim.
He reaches like, over you.
Bang, 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 and it like hits the rim like a million times and he gets the foul and that man just threw the ball overhand into the rim. He just pitched the ball into the rim.
Shaq has had some, like, if you watch some clips of him, and it's always like he was so disrespectful when he would dunk it because he would dunk. He would break the rim sometimes, like just break it. But he would put his nut, like he would land
put his
on your
nuts
shoulders
in your face.
Yeah, on purpose. He would hold.
And then if you were in the way when he landed, he'd push you.
He'd push you out the way.
He'd push you out the way.
And he would just like get, players would
remember
get
that.
so
Remember
mad.
that. Remember when he backed? I don't remember who. It was some like white dude. I think he was playing for the Mavericks or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have a nice career, Dirk.
Yeah. Did he retire?
I think he's retiring, isn't he?
He might. I don't know if I think he might. News to me.
Regardless, he like backed down this dude, dunks, nuts in the face, and he lands and he pushes him, and then he gets in his athletic sense and he's like, "Ooh!" But he like shimmies away, and then that guy gets up and throws the ball at him.
Yeah, I see that one. That one's bad.
That one is bad.
Yeah, or I saw one where he landed on some guy's like shoulders. He like dunked on him and like let go, and he's like on his shoulders, and the guy like fell, and he's just like, "And whatever, I dunked on you." I'm like,
yeah, dude, Shaq. The problem with Shaq is that like, he would back you up until he was under the rim with you, and then he would just bang on you so hard. No one has ever dunked that hard with that little of a run-up.
Yeah, he also like he was another physical freak. Like when he was in his prime, he was 7'1". He's almost like 300 pounds, but an athletic 300 pounds, and it's like he just backs you up. It's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You're gonna get too far?
Yeah, especially back then when you could get away with being.
Yeah,
when you could get away with backing people up.
Yeah, I mean, you could still back people up now, but not as aggressive. Like he would like bump you with his ass, and he would like notorious for elbow, like just coming out with the not dirty elbowing, but like leaning and like bumping you with the elbow, and it's just like, I mean, you just couldn't.
What could you do?
Yeah, it's
you had to either get out from behind him and let him fall on himself.
Yeah.
And try and strip the ball.
Get out the way.
Or you'd have to reach. Or you'd have to get out the fucking way.
Get out the way. You just gotta count that as like.
That's an L.
You
have to double team him. You had to double team Shaq.
But see, the problem when Shaq was on the Lakers and he had Kobe, it's like you double team him, but then like someone's
It's
open.
the easiest play in the world. You run ISO. You put Kobe on the left wing and you let Shaq just back someone down. And then if Kobe's defender cheats at all, just toss it out to Kobe. Kobe takes a million shots, bricks 30, 66% of them. And then that's how you win the game.
Well, Kobe actually
Kobe gets the ball and waits for the defender to come back so he could take a shit shot.
Yeah. Well, let's be real. Shaq was the best player on that team when he was there. Even Kobe said it. Like Kobe talked about how he's like, I had the luxury of not being the best player on the team at the time. Like when Shaq was playing. So it was like he getting double teamed every play. Like someone's gonna be open, and your stats are just gonna be better. It's almost like playing with LeBron James. Like so many.
It commands so much respect.
Yeah, it's like he beats his man. It's like he's just gonna get double teamed, and it's like you're gonna be open. So your stats are automatically gonna be better because they're not. You're not the focus of the team, and it's just not. But I think playing with great players, I think that's the reason so many players go to teams with other great players is they want to play with them. It makes you better. Like it just, Yeah,
but playing against them makes you better too.
Yeah, see, that's I'm a fan of that mindset, like the Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson mindset, where it's like I'm not going to join your team. I want to beat your team. I want to show you that I'm better than you. But it's just a new era. Like I don't think players think the same way.
Yeah, it's like gotta get my L, gotta get my W, gotta get my endorsement deal.
Gotta get my
ring. I don't know if they're really thinking that way, but it's like gotta get the ring,
Well, yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, it's just if you're on Golden State, like for Golden State, for example. I mean, even like
yeah, it's like, would you rather live in an NBA where like 10 players have 50 rings, or where 100 players have 5 rings?
Yeah, I don't know. I like dominance. I like sustained periods of dominance. I think to me that's like the most impressive thing ever. When you can, like the way people refer to sports teams, when it's like the 96 Bulls, like they three-peated twice. Like they did a three-peat, they were off for 2 years and they three-peated again. Like to me that's amazing. It's like you won 6 titles in 8 years. It's just a dynasty. Or the Lakers, three-peating in the early 2000s. Like to me it's amazing. So I'd rather see, I don't want to see a bunch of super teams, but I like to see like one team, not that I'm a fan, even if I'm not a fan of them, like dominate and be back every year. I think that's like super important to me because like in sports, it's so hard to.
You don't think we have that in the Spurs though?
Yeah, but the Spurs, like they won in 2014. They've been in the playoffs and been contenders every year, and I think they've won 5 titles in like 15 years, which is amazing.
Yeah, but you get scared when Popovich starts raising a young team.
Yeah, well, Popovich is just a great team, but I mean, as far as like the Warriors right now and the Cavs are they're like the new Celtics Lakers. Like it's just the rivalry.
It's really not though. Well, this is the problem. Is like the Celtics Lakers was like, damn, who's gonna win?
Yeah, that's true.
There wasn't even like when the season started, we knew who the champions were. It didn't. We didn't need to play this season.
Yeah. Well, it's
this entire season didn't need to happen.
It was the Celtics Lakers before Kevin Durant got there, because 2015 you had the Warriors beat the Cavs, and the Cavs beat the Warriors the next year, and this year it was going to be like, damn, like they were going to see it again, and then they got Kevin Durant, and it's like, fuck. I
bet you there's like, they're all like, there's like every the fuck Golden State text group with like Kawhi Leonard and Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and Russell Westbrook and like all these dudes, and they're like, all right, who are we joining?
Yeah,
and they come out of nowhere and they join like the Denver Nuggets.
Who has the most cap space?
Yeah, who can fit us?
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes because it's like, do you
think it'll be more interesting to see what team is created to destroy Sauron, or whether or not Golden State gets more ridiculous, or who they jump?
I don't think Golden State will get more ridiculous. I think the big thing is the Love trade. Like which is it's gonna be a strong rumor, but if they trade Love, who they can get, because like I think you don't need 4 superstars to beat Golden State.
No,
because LeBron James counts as 1.5.
Yeah, and Kyrie is amazing. Just so ridiculously.
Yeah. But I also think LeBron James is the X factor. Like Kevin Durant's amazing, and everyone else is amazing, but like LeBron James is just like otherworldly. Like it's like no other player can score triple doubles in the sense that he can, and like just I don't know. He's
like he has it looked like an unimpressive game for him. 40 points.
Yeah, it looked like he wasn't doing enough, which is crazy. Like you were saying,
we're criticizing him. 40 points.
Yeah, triple double,
40 points.
Yeah, and it's like, good Lord. So it's like for him, it's like you just need him, Kyrie, and I think another piece. Love was the piece back then, but
I think in this offseason you got to be like the short one for them. You got to be like, listen, JR, you're getting a bigger role on this team.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna have to. He's getting paid like it, so it's like, I mean, I don't know. J.R. Smith is a good player, but he's inconsistent. Like he just like some games
he is inconsistent. But one of the things about JR is like I don't know if you ever watched JR clips and you're like a JR highlights. There's one thing he does really well. He practices those shitty brick shots all year, but when it matters, he hits those fucking things.
Yeah, he's so good.
Like when he got bodied on the 3-point line, and he took that brick ass shot and it just drained it.
Yeah, he does come alive. I do appreciate he comes alive in big moments, which is like,
and he's running down the court to get teched up just because Superstar got pushed.
Yeah,
which you got to give like a round of applause for that.
And that's my problem with Kevin Love. Kevin Love is a great player, but he just doesn't seem like he has that that intangible. Yeah, that like this is the big moment. Like Kyrie has it, LeBron James obviously has it. Like he just doesn't have it. And it's like
can you think of the last time Russell Westbrook got like a steal or a tip pass and took a 1-minute fast break and dunked it and there wasn't a timeout called afterwards?
No.
Every time, because the guy rips your backboard off and then just starts screaming at the top of everyone in the stadium can hear him.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, we gotta calm the fuck down.
Yeah,
right?
we gotta slow.
We gotta give him a piece of. We gotta calm him down. You know.
What's your if you had an early prediction right now? Who's the champion next year?
Golden State again.
Golden State. I think
it's gonna be Golden State again. I don't think Cavs have the cap space to trade sufficiently.
Yeah.
And the problem is like all the players that they need to be Golden State are locked up in contract right now.
Yeah. I think
I'm dead fucking ass. They need like a Kawhi Leonard, but they really need a big dude under the rim.
Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins would be a good one.
They need like a DeMarcus Cousins in replacement for Kevin Love. Like someone that's like trying to win.
I think that one would work because DeMarcus Cousins only has a year left on his contract and like they're like pretty sure he's going to leave that team. And so like if you're the Pelicans, you want to trade him before he leaves the year after for free. Like you're not going to get anything for him, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like if you're the Pelicans, it's like I'll just, you ask for Kevin Love and like a first round pick. You know, you get like a first round pick or get whatever the fuck you can get for him. But I think they would trade him. And I think DeMarcus Cousins would he would re-sign on Cleveland if he thinks he could win championships. Because it's like he's amazing. But I think the Spurs, I think Chris Paul is going to go to the Spurs this offseason. I'm calling it. And I think that
Chris Paul is getting too old, man. I mean, like the Spurs, the problem with the Spurs is like, it seems like they just keep nabbing up old dudes that take twos.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and the game is evolving. Like the game is becoming like a more athletic, like perimeter game, and Chris Paul doesn't bring that to the Spurs.
I mean, he's good at perimeter and he's athletic, but he's getting older. But I think that
he's not really good at perimeter shooting.
Yeah, I think the Spurs are going to go to the Western Conference Finals. I think that they're going to win the championship next year. They're not favorites, but that's like I don't know why. I have like a dark horse feeling. But of course the Warriors are going to be super favored. Like
the Warriors are going to crush the Spurs. The Spurs, like the problem with the Spurs is that they just don't play the game fast enough, and they don't play from the perimeter like Golden State does.
Yeah,
because here's the thing, right? Kawhi Leonard, like
amazing,
probably the best player in the NBA right now.
Yeah,
except for
LeBron.
James. You can make the argument for LeBron.
Yeah,
but like, Kawhi Leonard is like the unspoken hero of the NBA.
Yeah, even players recognize that too. Mm-hmm. They're like he's the best.
And he for some reason, he's tapped into some weird psyche where he can play both sides of the court just as passionately as the other.
Yeah,
you still can't guard jump shooters like that though. You still can't do it, and especially if the game is going to get reffed like this.
Yeah,
like this game 5 reffing, like Kawhi Leonard cannot guard Steph Curry like this, or cannot guard Klay Thompson like this because he'd probably be on Klay. But he can't guard Klay Thompson like this. He can't guard Kevin Durant like this. Like you just can't do it because you touch him, it's a foul.
Yeah, I think it's not fair. I feel like we've been robbed of this because we
have like one of the most physically dominant players in NBA history in LeBron James, and the game is starting to get reffed like this now.
Yeah, which is it's just a shame because it's kind of just skewed towards shooters. But like, I think we were robbed of the Spurs opportunity when Kawhi got hurt by Zaza in the first game because they were up by like 30 points in the third quarter.
Yeah,
and Kawhi got hurt.
Fucking Pachulia, dude.
Yeah, he got hurt, and then after that, obviously the Warriors came back and won that game by like 3 points, and then they swept them. They went 4-0. But it's like I thought like that was the series where like I was like finally I started watching like the playoffs, and I was like, aw, shit, boys! Like here we go.
Yeah, because everyone knows Spurs like they just eke their way into the playoffs, and then that's when they turn it on. That's when all their all-stars get all their minutes.
And they were killing it in this playoffs so far. And then, like I said, Kawhi had like 26 points in 22 minutes, and they I remember seeing the score, and I was like, holy fuck, like the Spurs are up by 30 points. Like they're gonna win this game, and he like announced everyone going crazy, like holy shit. And then like he gets hurt, he's out for the series. His ankle, like he had a hurt ankle, and he like re-injured it, and it's just like they got swept. Oh no! And it's like, oh my god, I don't know. That was just so angering to me.
Yeah.
I
don't know, man. Yeah. It was such a boring season.
Yeah.
It was such a just lame season.
Yeah. Would you say there's a dark spot on the season?
Well, here's the thing: is like if I get what you're doing. If the Eastern Conference get a super team like Golden State, then the season's gonna suck again, and it's just gonna be like you can tune out until the finals. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's what's weird is like right now we're in one of two positions. Either we have an Eastern super team come out of nowhere and we wait all year until the finals, or we have another Western team show up and be a super team, and then all of a sudden, like the semis are interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and then the finals are totally like unwatchable because it's going to be like a shit show.
Well, the Warriors are, like you said, the
Cavaliers will be back. I mean, if the team stays the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, the Cavs and the Warriors are the obvious two suspects. I think on the East, you probably could have the Celtics might look good next year, like depending on. I know the Celtics. Gordon Hayward's a free agent, and I know like he's talking about signing with the Celtics, and they also have the number 1 pick in the draft, so they might. I don't know if they're gonna beat the Cavs, but they're gonna be up there. And then on the West, like I said, you got the Spurs. They're talking about getting Chris Paul or like Kyle Lowry, and then the Rockets.
Maybe snag like a Jabari Parker.
Yeah, the Rockets are also nasty this year. So, I mean, you got the Rockets. You have Oklahoma, who aren't like. I mean, you have Westbrook, but they're not going to make it far in the playoffs. But I don't know. Like,
Russell Westbrook needs to leave now.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like now it's like there's like this image of him where it's like, you know, the best thing on the planet would be if Russell Westbrook joined the Cavaliers and then beat Golden State in the finals.
I don't think Westbrook has it in him. Like, I don't think he's the type of guy. Like,
I think he's too prideful.
Yeah, and I think he just signed an extension too. Like he was like, Kevin Durant left and he signed like a 2-year extension. He was like, fuck it, like I'll be here. Like,
yeah,
he just doesn't seem like the guy. Like he seems like the guy who's like, I wouldn't be surprised if he played the rest of his career with Oklahoma.
Yeah, and he's just like, thank you for giving me the opportunity and thank you for giving me the ball.
yeah. Thanks for. He's a big fish in a small pond.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like they made the playoffs this year. They were like the 8th seed.
Yeah, but is that really that big of a deal? I mean, like. You could pick like right now before we even have any trades, or actually maybe after the trades. We could both sit down and figure out who's in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't think that Oklahoma City Thunder are out as people think they are. Like, I mean, they're still. I mean, as far as destination wise goes, they're not like very appealing. Which is another thing that I think it's unfair about. It's not unfair, but it's just the like people don't ever think about in like sports is like the city that you're in. Like if you're a team in LA. Doesn't matter if you have a shitty team. It's like
you're in LA.
Yeah, like you're a pro athlete. You want to live in or like Miami or New York. Like those teams are always going to get like priority. Like who the fuck wants to go play for the Milwaukee Bucks?
Yeah,
you're rich and young. You want to live in Milwaukee,
and you live in Milwaukee.
Yeah, you want to go Oklahoma City. It's like who the fuck? So that's kind of a
go meet Sean Waldo.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shitty. Location, but I think that they can attract some free agents there.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all there is to it.
Yeah,
it's like
come play with Westbrook. You know,
play with Westbrook.
You could if Westbrook if they get another star on Oklahoma, they're in
contention.
Yeah, they're in contention. So that's kind of another thing. But yeah,
right after this finals, it's like ring. Russell Westbrook's like, "What's up?" And then you hear this like scruffiness, and then Harden goes, "What's up, bro?"
Yeah, it's like the return.
You gonna take that fucker down?
Yeah, it just comes in. Westbrook.
I can hear it now.
Trophies played. Yeah, Westbrook
Did you
joins
boys
the
not
Rockets.
get the memo?
Yeah. Westbrook joins the Rockets, and it's like Harden and Westbrook back together again. Yeah. The boys are back in town. Yeah, that'd be a storyline like Kevin Durant versus them too. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I brought that up. I was thinking about
also
that
Westbrook I would love to see him play against Golden State like that, you know?
Oh, yeah. They played a couple times in the regular season, but it was just, I mean, he went off, but they still lost by
But it's just
30.
like, you just got to watch him and be like, this man is incredible. Like, he's such a fucking freak.
Yeah, I think he's the next face of the NBA. Like,
and if he can learn to shoot a three.
Yeah, his three.
And he already can kind of do it.
Yeah.
But not really.
He's just like a beast on every aspect. Like he's like
it's hustle. It's just all hustle, and then a lot of skill, but it's a lot of hustle as well.
He's a bigger Derrick Rose. You know, Derrick Rose is kind of like that, not defensively, but like.
Yeah, there was a young Russell Westbrook watching D Rose dominate the league, and he's just sitting there like, you fucking wait, put me on him, coach.
Because I think Westbrook came in like 2008. I think that was like his draft class. So I think Rose was the league MVP 2012. So his 4 year, yeah. I mean, they're like the same prototype. It's just Westbrook's like a better version.
Yeah, you know? He's like a more durable version.
Yeah, if Rose was definitely better at offense. Like that's another thing I want to talk about is like there's no one else's career that makes me more sad than Derrick Rose.
I know, because you thought, well, not you in particular.
But I was a fan. I love Derrick Rose, man. I'm not a Chicago fan. I was like, I wanted a Rose jersey. I was like, this. He was so special, and he like, you know, like he won the fucking league MVP. And he was killing it. And I think they went to like the Eastern Conference Finals against the Heat. There was 1 year, I think it was 2012 or 2013, before he got hurt. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals with the Heat. And I think, no, they went, I forgot how it goes, but I know like they were killing it. They had like the number one defense in the league with like Joakim Noah, Derrick Rose, Taj Gibson. And then like, I think he had the ACL surgery and came back. And then they went to like the Eastern Conference Finals. Like he hit like a game-winning shot in like one of the games. It was like all over the internet where he just like hits it and like turns around and like looks and he like wins the game. And then he like blew his other knee out. And like I think he's had like 6 knee surgeries now.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know that people understand, like maybe people that are a little younger than us that didn't see D Rose in his prime. I don't think people understand that he was set up to be the best player that's ever.
He could have been the best player.
He could have been the best player of all time.
Yeah, he could have. He was barely. I think he was like his second or third year in the league when he won league MVP, which is insane. Like he wasn't in for long. Yeah, second or third, maybe.
And even in his rookie season,
rookie of the year. Yeah,
rookie of the year. He's balling people.
Yeah, and he just like the way he would attack the rim was like
it was you'd never seen a point guard do that before.
No, and it was a
he
verb.
Changed the game.
Yeah, it was a verb. I remember we would say that like, damn, you just got D Rose. Like someone would take it to the hole on you and just like body you up and either lay it up or dunk on you. It's like Jesus Christ, you know.
And that was the thing. And then you watch dudes like Kyrie and Steph play the game a little smarter when they attack the rim. You know, they try to avoid the contact at all costs.
Yeah.
For people that don't remember, like the old D Rose, like go type in D Rose highlights. That dude was coming straight for your chest.
Oh my God! Yeah.
He was gonna. You were both gonna jump, and he was gonna body you out of the way of under the rim, and then hang in the air for 13 seconds and make the layup.
He took damage, man. I think they say that was probably one of the reasons why, like.
And how hard he would cut when he would cut,
and the explosion, like he would just explode into the hoop, like into the lane, and it was just like against dudes that were like 7 foot, and he's like, "Fuck you." I think he's 6'3".
Yeah,
but he was like, "Fuck you."
Meet me at the rim.
Yeah, I mean, he'd just jump and just like take it, and this is like, I don't know, like when players lose because they lost a game fair and square, like it's upsetting, but it's like whatever, you tried your best and you lost. But when players lose to injuries, I think that's like
that's why the Spurs are such a heartbreak this year.
Yeah, with Kawhi, it's like, you know, if they got beat with Kawhi, whatever, they got beat, but it's like he gets hurt like badly and he's just out for the series, and it's like then you lose. It's like you it's almost like you feel like you got cheated, you know? And it's like D Rose, it sucks now because he's like I said, I think he tore one ACL and then he came back and he tore like his meniscus in the other knee, and then like I know it's a vicious cycle when you get injured because like, you know, you hurt one leg and then you start overcompensating on another leg and then that leg gets hurt, and it's just like. And when you're playing a sport like basketball, when you're like, you know, like you said, cutting super hard and exploding, and it's just like you're bound to tear some shit.
Well, him in particular, because there's so many clips where he's just chilling on the wing, ball in hand.
Yeah.
You know, taking pump fakes that people were respecting for some reason. And because he could not shoot. He still really can't shoot, but he could not fucking shoot.
Yeah.
And then he would see someone evacuate the paint for half a second, and all of a sudden you blink and he's dunking on someone.
It's almost like a hurricane alarm went off.
Dude, like whoever was defending him would be a second late to the rim. Like he'd be at the rim so much faster than everyone else. And then the center would just barely have a time to turn around before they're getting their nuts, before they're getting D-Rose nuts in their face. You know?
It was crazy.
And the problem too is that no one wanted to get in the way, because every time he dunked on you, he'd jump off 2 feet. That was his thing. He'd always jump off 2 feet, and he would cock the ball back and scratch in between his lats with it, basically.
Yeah,
and just bang it so incredibly hard on the rim every time he dunked.
Yeah. And I remember his layup was like, he would like hit you with like a crossover almost, like it was like boom, like he'd shake you, and then he would like drive to the rim and he would like bring it up to his chest, and then like, you know, I'm using like my left hand and just roll it off, and it was just like and it was like there was like 5 hands in his face.
Yeah,
and it was just like
he would cradle the ball like a running back when he would come to the rim. He would, like, for people that don't know, like somehow he would cradle the ball, have his arm completely coiled up, knuckles punching his chest, and then jump and uncradle the ball at some point after taking contact and still get it in the hoop every time.
It was insane. And that's, I don't know, that's so sad to me. Because I remember thinking the Bulls had such potential back then. Like, and he's from Chicago, which was like, it was like, oh my God. You know,
like, look who we found.
Yeah, a Chicago-born dude who killed it for the Chicago Bulls. And I remember he had like no homo, he had the rose tattooed on the back of his neck. And I was just like,
why is that no homo?
I don't know why.
What's gay about that?
I thought it was a cool tattoo. I was like, man, I wasn't going to get a rose tattoo, but I was just like, damn, that's kind of fire. That's kind of hard. Yeah. That's kind of hard. You got a rose tattoo on the back of your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. It was.
And now he's just in Little Pump songs.
Yeah, well, he's playing on the Knicks, but like,
it's just not the same.
No.
And it never will be. And I think there are some people that are kind of, and this is the problem, is that he's had and this is also what's disappointing about him, is he's had so much time to adapt.
Yeah.
To becoming a jump shooter, and he can't do it.
Well, he plays differently now, but it's almost like he tries to. You can tell he tries to play smarter. Like he tries to play more point guard, like a point guard where he passes and like. I mean, he's still D Rose though. He's still gonna, you know. But I feel like it's almost a curse to have like. Because he's not old. He's like 29. He's like 28 or 29 or maybe 30 most. But it's like, to know that you could do that in the past and can't do that anymore. Like, I think it's a psychological thing. Mm-hmm. Like, before, we were probably thinking like, I would beat this motherfucker off the dribble and I'd kill it. You know what I mean? Like, he probably still feels in his head like I can be league MVP. But it's like when your body doesn't listen to you. Like, I've never had knee surgery, but I've heard from people before, like, even if they have good knee surgeries, like you always feel like you're not at 100%. Mm-hmm. Like, even if you get up to like 95, like, you can tell like there's just that extra gear that I can't do. And like, I can only imagine with him having had like 3 knee surgeries on each leg. Yeah,
and occasionally he'll turn it up.
Yeah,
like there'll be one play maybe like every couple games, and you can just hear the fucking the what is it? What's I don't remember the commentator's name from the W. Just like, oh, watch out, you know, just like he's just coming out of nowhere and it just like ducks someone. But then you see him immediately tone it back down.
Yeah.
He's like, that was my dunk for the game.
I get nervous. I'm like, oh shit, like here comes and it's sad, but that must affect him in his head somehow, you know, like to know that you've hurt your knee so many times. And
it's almost just like, I'm just, you know, he's like, is it worth it? I kind of want to keep playing. The problem is though, is he collected checks on the bench for 4 years basically from Chicago.
Yeah, he got paid.
He got paid.
Contracts. Yeah. He's getting paid by the New York Knicks right now. I think he's making like 20 mil.
Which is way too much. He's not a 20 mil player anymore.
No, if I were him...
He's become like a 5 mil player, and it really sucks.
Yeah, I mean, if I were him, I don't know what I would do. I think I can't tell someone to retire, because, like, imagine being 29 or 30 years old, and, like, you worked your whole life to go to high school, to get a scholarship, to go to the NBA, you know, like, and you're rich.
Yeah, and the worst part is you have no history of injury until you get to the NBA.
No, and it's like, now you're rich. And then, you know, he's collected a good amount of money. He had like an endorsement deal with Reebok.
Yeah, he's got Adidas shoes, and
he had a Reebok and then Adidas, and like now it's like it's hard to tell someone to retire from that standpoint. Where it's like, what are you gonna do for the rest of your life? Like, you'd go crazy. It's like you're 30 years old. I mean, he's supreme shape still, like an amazing athlete. Mm-hmm. Like a D Rose with 6 knee surgeries would like ball
D Rose
with
6 knee surgeries would run.
The YMCA gym.
I was about to say, would run the Lifetime without even it wouldn't even look. It would look like a dude with an outstretched arm fending a toddler off the whole game.
Oh my god, yeah, he would just
like when he goes to Japan and he like plays fans on like the Adidas tour. Like when he was injured on his comeback tour, like Adidas kept sending him to Japan to like play 1v1 against street ballers or whatever, because Japan was like getting into basketball and they wanted to get that thing. Yeah. And everyone's like really fascinated with like the 6'4" black man, like, ooh, whoa, again over there. And he would just play 1-on-1 against these street ballers, and it would be like the craziest shit you've ever seen.
Yeah.
They would look like fucking infants playing against him.
It's funny though, because it's like, people say like he doesn't have, his shot, like his 3-pointers and stuff, they weren't always that good, but it's like against other NBA players.
Yeah.
But it's like against you, like against a regular person, like Shaq will fucking shoot jump shots on you and murder you. It's like, oh, DeAndre Jordan has bad free throws. I'm like, yeah, in NBA games. I'm like, play him in a game of 1-on-1, see how that goes. Yeah. So it's hilarious, the difference in level. But yeah, that was my. That man's a real black swan. So, I need a break from this. I need a. That's a good one. Yeah, if you listen to the album, you get that one.
Yeah. So, that was a whole. We're gonna have a really hard time finding 3 topics for the title of this one.
N, B, A.
N, B, fuck Kevin Durant.
Warriors NBA Finals. Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant MVP.
No, I think we need a moment of silence though. Kevin Durant, fuck you, but you got your ring.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Yeah, you can talk shit to other players who don't have rings now.
I don't have a ring. You have a ring. If I joined the Golden State team, I would have got a ring though. That's how good that team was.
Do you think number of rings should decide how great a player is? No, because people always bring up Jordan had 6. That's always like the Jordan had 6 rings.
Yeah, but we have like. Who's got the most rings?
Bill Russell, 11.
With 11, yeah.
The guy who presents the trophy. I don't think it's the ring that gets you obviously gets you respect, but it's not the ring that makes you the greatest. I think it's the playing in the finals gives you the opportunity to show why you're the best. You know what I mean? Like,
it's also kind of the climate of the season, though.
Because the climax.
The reason why Kevin Durant isn't the best after the season is because look how the season went.
Yeah.
Did he need to? I mean, he joined a championship team and won a championship.
But there's like nothing.
Big fucking surprise.
There's nothing about like games in the final. Like there's nothing like games in the finals where it's like
if Kevin Durant
last second shot to win it, and it's like that makes you like that puts you in the upper echelon.
Yeah,
like,
you go from being a hero to immortalized. Once you hit that shot.
People will always remember. Like,
but it's like. God. Like if the only time I could see the argument is if Kevin Durant's points per game this season were 80.
Oh yeah.
And he had 20 assists and 60 rebounds a game. Then maybe. But averaging 40 points a game on a team like that, or 30 points a game, I don't know what his average points per game were, but it's like
something crazy.
But it's like you're not. That's not insane to me.
He's definitely the best player on their team. I would say he's better than Steph. He's better than Dre. He's better than Clay. Like Steph is amazing, but like Kevin Durant.
And if Steph had a really like champion mindset,
he could have been. Yeah, he could be better. I mean, he could be more selfish, but like
what I'm saying is like if he had a real champion mindset, like if he wasn't down to play the role that he plays currently, like and maybe it's not like a champion mindset is what I'm talking about, but if he had more of a like a Westbrook mindset where he's like. Fuck that! I'm not joining a super team. I'm gonna play my heart out and earn it. You know? Then he would leave.
Yeah, I think I don't know what the solution is though. Like, is it better to take a reduced role? And he's still a star. Don't get me wrong. Like Steph Curry is still a fucking star. Klay Thompson's the one who's taken more of the back seat. But like, if winning championships is all that matters to you, then I think then
that team is gonna be that team until they retire.
Yeah, you do whatever you want. But I think like. I don't know. Kevin Durant is the best player on that team. Like, there's no. It's so surprising to me that those guys on that team were so receptive to him coming there because like they all had to know like, like I mean, even we're hating on him though, but Kevin Durant is one of the best players in the league right now. Like, oh yeah, he was fucking amazing.
He's top 3.
Oh, he's top 3. LeBron, Kawhi, Kevin. Like LeBron, I would say number 1. I would put Kawhi at 2, and then Kevin. Mm-hmm. Kevin's a better scorer than Kawhi. Like Kawhi is to defense as Kevin is to offense, as far as like their reverse skills. But it's like, I don't know. Like
but who do you put in 4 and 5? Honestly,
if you got Kevin, Kawhi,
you put
Durant,
maybe like
they're all small.
Klay
forwards,
Thompson,
hilariously, yeah. Steph.
Klay Thompson, is so consistent, and he's so much more versatile than Steph is.
Yeah, he's more versatile, but I think Steph's a better player. Like Steph is better in general, but Klay's better in different areas. Yeah.
Where does Russell Westbrook fall in all this? I mean, we keep coming back to him, but how could you not?
Fuck, it's kind of hard to rate them because they're different. Like Westbrook's probably top 5. Yeah, he's definitely top 5.
I think if you put Russell Westbrook on a team with some all-stars, you would see just how good he is.
Yeah, I would go
because 1, he would shine, and 2, he would like how they talk about how Iguodala is like Iguodala and Draymond Green are like the hype train behind Golden State. Like they're the ones that keeps everyone fired up, like the veterans that talk sense and like keep everyone all fired up. Could you imagine how much different this game would be is if Russell Westbrook takes his warmers off and Kyrie steps on the bench and then like they get a fast break and Russell Westbrook just tears the rim off the backboard on one of these plays? You know how different of a game that would be for them?
I don't know if Russell Westbrook and LeBron would get along.
They wouldn't.
Because, like, they seem like both alphas. And, like, Westbrook seems alpha in the sense where it's like, we're going to do it my way. Not in a bad way, but, like, we're going to play it 100% every fucking minute. But I don't know. But they might, actually, because LeBron, I mean, the motherfucker paid 45 minutes a game.
Well, here's the thing
insane.
Is, like, LeBron, I think, would adapt much easier than Russell would.
Yeah. But LeBron would have to be okay, like, not being the guy.
Well, he'd have to adapt.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like he would have to adapt to this guy on his team.
Yeah.
And like, I think that if anyone in the league that is a superstar would be like able to adapt to him, it would probably be him.
LeBron
though.
James. Yeah,
because it's like you have to think about it. It's like
he played with D Wade. Yeah.
It's like a weird lukewarm thing. Like if Russell Westbrook it was announced that Russell Westbrook was like coming to Cleveland in replacement of like Kyrie Irving or whatever.
Yeah,
we're not gonna happen. But like, let's say that happens, right? I feel like LeBron is like, this is going to be weird, but we can get this done. And then everyone else on Cleveland is probably like, oh, fuck. You know, because it's like Superman stepping off the plane. Like, we've been talking about him a lot this podcast, but you cannot stress enough just how much of a freak of nature that guy is.
Yeah, and what impresses me more about him is his attitude. Like, it's not, I mean, obviously his skills are amazing.
He's so fierce.
Yeah.
He's so competitive, and he hustles the whole game.
He hates to lose.
He's always sprinting. Yeah. He's really passionate. He's really emotional. He steps up when he needs to.
Yeah, he hates to lose. And it's like, that's the kind of guy you want on your team, though. Like, the motherfucker. But it's like, you also, like, you could tell, like, if you do something stupid, you could just tell, you could just feel it. He's just looking at you like.
You need, and I think that's part of it. It's like, when, you know how, like, Tristan Thompson misses his guy and like you see Kyrie Irving like clapping his hands and yelling at him like, what are you doing, whatever. And then LeBron sags off his dude on the wing and he gets an easy dunk and Kyrie looks at LeBron and he's like, okay,
you need someone to keep him.
It's LeBron. Russell Westbrook turns around and chews LeBron out on the court. You know,
you big get your big ass over there.
Get your fucking hairline over there.
It would be an interesting battle. I don't know. LeBron James is still amazing though. I'm not going to watch any sports TV anytime soon because it's like I can already see the headlines like LeBron James not as great as we thought ? I'm like, bitch, 7 straight finals, 8 finals appearances, 3 rings.
The man looks like Atlas.
I'm like, yeah, he's in his 14th season. No other superstar has ever performed like him in their 14th season. Like I forgot where I saw like the side by side comparison where it's like Jordan 14th year sucked dick. Kobe was like on his way down. You know, Jordan was on his way down. Like LeBron is like, it's like, I mean, maybe Mexican supplements, but his fucking peak is just up here. It's like,
you're like, when is this dude gonna get worse?
He's never had a serious injury. Think about that. He's never torn in anything. Like, I mean, he's had like sore this, twisted ankle this, but it's like Kobe blown Achilles. You know what I mean? Like torn ACL players like Derrick Rose that we're talking about. He's never had any of that. Which is insane at 6'8", 280, and like the way he plays, nothing. He's just like, yeah, bitch, I got a sore back. Calm down.
6'8", 280, and every day is like the running of the Bulls Festival on the court.
Yeah, and he's the bull.
And he's the bull.
He's the bull. He's just like, all right, yeah.
Anyways, a lot of NBA talk.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
It's an hour and 20.
We're gonna make this a short one too.
I know.
Guess not.
Yeah.
So we assigned all of you homework. We hope you did it. Yeah. We assigned you Blkswn by Smino Brown.
Smino. Yeah.
Smino.
Not my favorite name.
Yeah, honestly.
Trash.
Smino is a weird name. I wonder how he came up with that. Because his name on Twitter is Smino Brown. You think it's his name?
I hope not.
If that's his actual name, sorry. But if that is your actual name, that's the only time I could see. Because it's like, you had to choose that as your artist name if that's not your real name. And then how did that happen?
I can't. I don't even have an answer. I'm just like, there's nothing I can think of that makes your name Smino.
Yeah, and no Wu-Tang name, Wu-Tang Clan name generators Smino come out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I believe it's his first album, and I believe this is some of his like debut music as well. I don't think the guy has like a long discography.
Yeah, I didn't Google him at all. I know nothing about this man except the music that I heard, which was enjoyable. But
yeah, and it's a 18-song album.
It's a long album,
which is weird because we normally hate albums that long, but it just doesn't feel very long when you listen to it.
No, it's surprising. Everything about it. You showed him to me like a week or two ago, and you're the one who suggested us do this album, and I'm impressed. I'm looking forward to bumping his music in a car through an aux cord with loudspeakers.
Yeah,
that's what
the guy is like. The guy, it's so weird because I was thinking when I was listening to his music, like, who does he sound like? But then when you think about it, you really can't put a sound on him. It's weird to hear an artist that's so new that doesn't sound like anyone.
Yeah, he has certain aspects that are reminiscent of different people. Like I don't want to compare. Like I'm going to compare him to Isaiah Rashad, but I don't want to. Like but
he's certainly not.
Yeah, I don't want to say that because I don't want people to be like,
oh,
he sounds like Isaiah Rashad. Yeah, he sounds different. Like
you could compare him to Chance because they're both from Chicago. They got that accent, but he can rap his ass off in a way Chance doesn't.
Yeah, he's just different. He has like this weird. He has like a weird Schoolboy Q cadence on some songs. Yeah,
like his delivery sounds like Schoolboy Q sometimes.
He's super versatile. That's what I would say about him. And
my god, yeah.
And I think I like the vibe of this album. If you like nighttime driving music, and not in like the Drake sense where it's like Division or it's like ballads, like. See, that's weird. I can't even describe it like that. Like it's nighttime driving, but it's not like I said, not like The Weeknd or Drake. Yeah. It's like.
If you haven't heard the album yet, pull up your Spotify, listen to Wild Irish Roses, the first song on the album, and then listen to B-Roll. And then listen to how different those two songs are. The whole album is versatile like that.
Shit, if you even just turn on the first one, Wild Irish Roses, like you said, and just played it, I guarantee you, like, you'll be interested enough to where you'll just let it play. Like, that's what happened to me. I like played the first song and I was like, damn, this shit's fire. And
it's so fire. It's so insane. And like, one of the things I really respect about this guy is coming into the album, one of the only songs I'd ever heard of his was Anita. Because I one day just had it recommended to me on YouTube. It was like a music video and I clicked on it. Yeah. And the music video is not good, but the song was really catchy. And I kept being like, damn, this song's catchy. And I put the single in my like playlist and it would come up every once in a while. And I kept thinking to myself, like, this is pretty cool, you know? Mm-hmm. I like the song, like. And then I checked his album out and I listened to probably like 6 or 7 songs before I came on the show and I said we should do this. And one of the things that I realized is that Anita is the only commercial sounding song on the album, really, because it's the only song with a repetitive chorus and verses.
Yeah, the same pattern.
You know, like Anita. Yeah. Like it's that. No other song on the album has a chorus that repetitive.
Yeah, it changes a lot, which, like, I don't know, at times it didn't bother me, but like you get used to like the pattern of a song, you know, in general, and like you're waiting for it, and then it would like change a little bit, and like I appreciated it because he did it in a way that wasn't frustrating. Like sometimes artists do certain shit, and I'm like, damn, you should have just done the regular way, but like I think he did it in a way where it was interesting, and like I almost didn't notice it was happening while it was happening, you know, like I was just vibing to the music, and I thought it was cool. But yeah, Anita is definitely the most commercial sounding.
Yeah. And B-Roll has one of the most interesting choruses.
Yeah. I think if we're going to like my favorite song is the intro track, Wild Irish Roses. I don't know why. That's just my. Come on the back with them. That's my shit.
Wild Irish Roses.
Yeah. Roses. It's dope.
It's like the perfect amount of distortion on his voice.
And singing, yeah.
And the guy can sing, by the way. The guy can really fucking sing.
I like the female artist's voice who's like assisting him.
Yeah,
she's singing it.
On like the next track as well.
Yeah, it's like a nice harmony when she's.
I really like Lobby Call, but it's an interlude. It's the first time I've ever. It's 5 a.m. Better sweep the lobby.
Good one. Yeah.
And then the chorus, straight up, he says. He says like chop to this, like chop to the squawk, something like that. And he goes, make that ass aviate.
Yeah, okay.
Take flight.
Yeah.
All night. I'm just like, he just said, make that ass aviate. It's like the weirdest shit ever.
It's weird, man, because like a lot of the songs blend into each other. Not that they're, I don't want.
Like one instrumental fades out and the next one comes in.
Yeah, it's smooth. It's not
Very
like
smooth.
It's not a hard end and beginning. It's like boom, next track, boom, next track. Like it fades in and out. I mean, each track has its own distinct sound, but I think that the mixing and mastering on this was great, and like the sense of like I said, they just fade in and out of each other, and it's just like one long. Like I think you should listen to this project sequentially. Like, not that you have to understand anything, but it's just like it's a nice vibe.
And listening to the album, you and I, we both shared the same thing, which was that every time we would go to listen to a song, we would always start at Wild Irish Roses and listen from there.
Yeah. It's just I have to.
There's just no like after you listen to the album, there's just no way you could skip to the middle.
Yeah,
like the album. As far as albums that we've reviewed on the show, it is the most well put together as far as like where the ordering of the tracks and shit. It's the best album I've ever listened to when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's the smoothest as far as like I haven't even thought about it in comparison to other things, but it's just it's so smooth. Like I didn't even think about it. Like when I listened to it, it just kind of faded in and out, and like there was no heavy change like right away, because sometimes I feel like in albums they mess up, or like you can tell what they're trying to do. Like they'll have like the hype track, and then like there's one after that's a little sad. Like Kendrick, for example, you know, like when he did like the intro, and then he did DNA, and then there's Yeah. Remember, like, and like DNA and Yeah are so different, and like they just kind of like they don't blend into each other. Like not in a bad way, but it's just like DNA ends, and then it's like cool. And then
yeah, but I think if you were gonna. You'd have to compare it to Pimp a Butterfly. But even then you get like Hood Politics somewhere in the middle there, you know?
But it's just like the switch is different. And I like on this, it's kind of like one long
yeah, it's
vibe.
Like it's not like the antithesis of what we're talking about, the anthem of what we're talking about is Channel Orange by Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
Because that is like, but it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Every song is supposed to be like you flip the channel and it's a new sound, you know?
Yeah.
But this album, it is one linear emotion that just brings you along for the ride, or like one oscillating emotion. You know, it's like you start down here and it's like this pretty chill, and then you get to B-roll, and that's kind of where the peak of the excitement comes. Then he brings you back down. You know,
yeah. But
it's like a movie. Like, you know, you start kind of chill, and then you get to the climax of the movie, and then he brings you back down for the ending when everything's okay, and then you know leaves you off with something you want more of. You know,
it's like sex.
Like sex.
Yeah. Except after the climax, I just fall asleep.
Yeah, except sex looks like this. You get up there and up there and then up there and then straight to the ground.
Yeah, it's just like for me it's just like
it goes.
Can you make me a sandwich? No, I'm kidding.
5 a.m. Gotta sweep the lobby.
Oh man.
Anyways, so what's your favorite song on the album? What's your least favorite song on the album?
Come on, dog. My favorite song.
Favorite song is White Irish Roses.
Wild Irish Roses.
Yeah.
I think my least favorite song, I don't know the name of it, is the one where Homeboy's hiccuping. It's just like, it's a good song and it's such a good album, so I have to nitpick, but for some reason there's like it's kind of a concept album, I guess you would say, like maybe not concept, but it just has like a theme in it, a story, which is the definition of a concept album, so I repeated myself. But
Yeah.
there's a guy who's like, I guess he's drunk and he's like talking to this chick, and in the song he's hiccuping like while he's like singing.
Yeah, why are you overreacting? Trying to get her to come outside. And
and he's like hiccuping, and it's like I get it in the skit, and then throughout the song he keeps hiccuping.
Well, what's crazy is it's a feature.
Yeah, it's a feature, and I'm just anal, so like it just bothers. I just hear it, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck. I hate like mouth sounds.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. Like even the song is cool. Like I fuck with the song. I forgot the song name, which is bad. But
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Is like I don't know the song names because I put it on, and then an hour later the album's done. You know.
Yeah, I don't look for specific tracks.
There's the song. I've been thinking about all the money I'm getting right now. Like that song. That song. I was like,
Yeah,
that's the only one I really like. Am not great about. And then
the Migos.
I love B-roll. I think B-roll is the coolest song on the album.
Yeah,
and I really like the song that follows B-roll. Once again, don't know, where he says, "You can find me in the all black tux at the black Oscars."
Yeah,
blacked out rims with the something. I'm in a blacked out coupe, Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
But I'm not playing games with you. I need my deposit.
Yeah, that video game reference. Shout out to Snake.
I thought that was the coolest line because when we were listening to the album together, we got to that track and I paused the song and I said, "Would you hear what he said? I'm in a blacked out coupe, Metal Gear Solid."
Yeah,
because it's like
that was nuts.
That was nuts.
Like holy shit. Yeah, I like the reference. I'm such a fan that like artists are our age now which makes me feel great about my life. But artists are our age now, so like. The references are all references that we would get. Like, not saying we don't get other references, but like, it's just if you listen to music from the 70s, you're not going to really understand.
And he doesn't hit you with any trap bando shit. He like the closest song he gets to talking about Chirac is when he says like every morning they called the coroner just around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like some cool vibe music, man. You should listen to it with like you and your girl or some shit like that. Not because it's like love songs, but
it's just a great like you're gonna go outside and like
hang out.
We described it as this. It's not music you need to be high to enjoy, but it's music that you would probably enjoy more if you were high.
Yeah. That's like my favorite kind of music. Like I was talking to you about it earlier.
It's like Isaiah Rashad. Like we talked about Isaiah Rashad earlier. It's the same shit. Where it's like he brings you like, yeah. For the squaw.
Da, da, da. I love that album for some reason. The Sun's Tirade. I'm like hearing the beat in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's more southern too, where he's like Isaiah Rashad likes to mumble more.
Yeah.
Dude, like you could tell it's like, I don't know, different style. Yeah, southern rap.
Yeah. So what are you giving it from a rating standpoint?
For the rating, I haven't thought too much about this, but I mean off the top of my head, if like my 10 is like Forest Hills and Graduation, or maybe I gave My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy a 10. I can't remember. But I don't know, like I would probably give it an 8, which is high. Like 8 is high. I would probably give it an 8. To be honest, I would give it an 8 because it's a good album. Like it's very impressive for a young guy to have an album like this, for a new album, and I would give it an 8 for a different sense of like, it's not like your typical rap album where it's like supposed to be super lyrical or anything like that, like a J. Cole, like this and that. But it's like the album as a body of work itself, I think is a really really good album.
Yeah,
like 8, maybe 8.5, but like I'm set on an 8. I think that's a great rating for it.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5 because I was talking to you earlier and we were just playing NBA 2K17 before the game, before we finished watching Game 5, and I was like, I think it's a 10.
Yeah,
I kept struggling with it. I'm like, I think it's a fucking 10. I'm not giving it a 10, but I think it's a 10.
Yeah,
and the reason why I'm giving it a 9.5, and maybe this is like unfair of me or whatever, because it's his first album.
Yeah,
and what if something better comes next album?
Yeah.
What can I give that? An 11? I really think, and I told you before this, my least favorite song on the track, I love it when it comes on. Or the least favorite song on the album, I love it when it comes on because it's still so good.
Yeah.
And I think this is, it's an almost perfect album.
It's really good. I think there's, like you said, there's nothing glaring. Like there's nothing I could be like, this needs to be fixed or this needs to be fixed. But thinking about it, like the thing in common with the 10s out there, like 2014 Forest Hills Drive, for example, it's like 10 tracks. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's like 10 or 11. But it's like...
It's 10.
10. Think, yeah. Each song is its own sort of masterpiece, where it's like... And I think... Maybe I'm biased. I don't think you have to have a 10-track album for an album to be a 10. But like... Each song to me has to be an amazing song. Like it has to have its own life of its own. And as a project, like you just have to look at it. In my opinion, a 10, it's like you look at it and you're like, this just, it's something that I would want anyone I know to listen to before they die. Like you have to like enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's like you can hop anywhere into it and it's like everything means something.
Like Graduation, I think the vibe of Graduation is just amazing. Like you have to, Graduation is more than 10 tracks. I'm pretty damn sure.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's longer. Maybe even that's not a 10 because there's a couple tracks in there I don't like. That's maybe like a 9.5. But like Barry Bonds, I'm not a fan of. But I know this is another hit. Barry Bonds. I don't dislike it. I just don't think it's like a perfect. Like 2014 Forest Hills Drive is perfect to me. But like I don't know. I think Smino, he has like 18 tracks on it. I think if he were to, I think he has so much talent. If he were to focus in and make like a 10-track album, he could make a 10. Like he has potential to make a 10 or a 9.5 at least.
Yeah, this guy has, in my eyes, he has limitless potential as an artist. And for people that haven't heard the album that are hearing us say this, they're like, oh man, this second coming to Jesus. This dude is straight up. Now tell me, do you? This guy is really so insanely talented. You can tell, like in his music, you can tell just how beyond talented this guy is.
Yeah, and I love that he's not a rapper, like technically.
Yeah,
he's an artist. Like,
you know, he the instrumental selection is so weird and so cool, and then at the same time so simple and relatable. He can sing. He doesn't beat you over the head with his singing. He raps a lot. His cadence is nuts. His delivery is nuts. All of his features are incredible, and I haven't heard of a single fucking one of these people.
Yeah,
you know, so
cool.
you can only imagine that he's getting the best out of his features. Like he's in the studio really working with them, trying to get the best out of the features.
I almost fuck with that more than him having like a Rihanna or like a Kendrick, you know, because it's like
I hope he sticks with these dudes. It's like how I also really want to do a Gold Link album at some point.
Yeah.
But he has that one song Crew that I've been playing you with like Brent Faiyaz and like whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
And it's so like the combination is so beyond good.
I like the second verse on that from the other dude. Yeah, I like the fact that this Smino dude, like you said, his features, like I didn't know who they were. So when this, like I appreciated the album for it just being music. Like it didn't have a hip hop vibe to it. Like everything kind of has a hip hop vibe to it now, like where people do their verses in kind of a hip hop fashion, where it's like, you know, melodic and
2 Chainz.
Yeah, but not like he didn't rap his verses, but it was more a little melodic and kind of just like, I don't know, it was cool. Like I think this blend of like dark pop and hip hop and I don't know what another,
and the fact that like, dude, and his features, like the roles that they play on the album
were wonderful. Yeah,
they're wonderful. Like no feature on this album comes on for like a Ty Dolla $ign verse. It's like they play a character in the story.
Yeah, and it's a part of the song. Like, the song wouldn't sound right without them. And because they're not a Ty Dolla $ign or Rihanna, you're not listening to it like, oh, this Rihanna verse or this, you know, Rihanna hook is amazing. It's like this hook is a part of this. Like the whole song is amazing because it's a part.
It's
of
like what made Star Wars so great.
Yeah,
is that it's like, who are these actors?
No, it's just the story.
Yeah.
And almost that can take away sometimes, like someone being too famous. Like, I think there's a reason why they don't cast, you know, Brad Pitt to pay it, you know.
This album, it sounds ridiculous to say this, but J. Cole wouldn't fit on this album.
No.
Even though this, when you listen to it, it sounds like his sound.
Yeah.
He wouldn't fit on the album.
No, because
it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, and it would take you out of it would break the fourth wall. Like you'd be like, oh, it's a sick J. Cole verse. It wouldn't be like listening
you'd be listening to a song like, oh, here it comes, you know.
Yeah. And that's a problem. And
if J. Cole was the dude hiccuping, you'd be like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah,
maybe Kendrick is the only guy you could have put in that role and it wouldn't have felt weird.
Yeah. But even like it would
But even then you're like, Kendrick's about to come with that fire.
I mean, his voice is too notable.
And Kendrick, even Kendrick would have referenced something outside of the story.
Yeah. It would have
there would have been some shot somewhere. And every single feature is in the concept. There's not a single line out of place. No one mentions their album sales. No one mentions something that the story's not about. The dude that hiccups the whole time is rapping to the girl.
Yeah.
Sticks on script.
Yeah, he's drunk. He's supposed to be like drunk as fuck, and he's like trying to, you know, talk to this girl while he's drunk.
And the girl in the beginning that's like, I think I made you too important. Yeah, I think I made you too special.
Yeah.
That girl, she there's not a single about her platinum single, about her album, none of that. It's just straight up, this is the girl in the story.
Yeah, nothing breaks the fourth wall. Like it's all a part of the story, and like we're saying that something about small artists, like they kind of have that privilege. And it kind of sucks because like you're only new one time, you know. So like now if I hear like the Smino, like if he has a song on the radio, it's like, oh, I know exactly what that is.
Poppy got the rut. Yeah, like.
And it kind of takes you out of character, and it kind of like, it sucks that can't be the case, because like you were saying,
I hope this album sells so well he doesn't have to do features like that.
I don't think it will, because I never heard of it before you showed it to me.
Yeah,
you know, like I think it's gonna be one of those like starter albums.
Yeah, and then he'll get. I think this guy is.
He'll be on a Spotify playlist.
I mean, in 5 years we'll look back and point at this podcast and be like, oh, now you like him, motherfuckers. Like it's gonna be one of those things where like I genuinely think this guy is just gonna blow up beyond comprehension.
I don't know what the requirements are for getting your shit on like Spotify and Apple Music, but I feel like you had to have some sort of credibility to get it on there.
Yeah, maybe not. You have to have a manager to get it on there, basically.
Do you?
Pretty much.
I mean, because our podcast is on platforms, and we're not legit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you.
Yeah, but it's like,
we're on everywhere.
But it's like But yeah, no, I mean this guy.
Number one show.
We'll talk the number one show with Alex and Christian on
We're the number one podcast in the world. Good, we are.
In our eyes, according to our parents.
Yeah,
so
we are.
I'm this kid is straight up like he'll be on your radio in a couple years.
I drive my Bentley here.
Easy.
Yeah. Should we just start doing that? Acting like we're rich as fuck.
I feel like if you act like you're rich as fuck, it just happens nowadays. You just become rich.
Fake it till you make it. That's kind of the way. You gotta act
look
like
at Gary Vaynerchuk.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
You gotta it's the image. You
Playing
gotta
out of the apps.
Well, what do they say, right? Like dress. It's like the saying, like dress for the position you want, not the one you have. It's kind of like it makes sense why you would,
Too many people know, and also because this part's not getting edited out, so everyone knows.
No, yeah, acting rich is kind of stupid. Because I actually thought about that the other day. Like I don't know, I was just daydreaming in bed or something, or I don't know where I was, but like how much it must suck to have to spend money. Because like let's say you're a rapper and like let's think of this, right? Like you put out a mixtape tomorrow and it's fire. It's all over like Dat Piff, right? Gets 1 million downloads. So you're like the new J. Cole. Like you can't go out in public now without like crisp clothes.
You gotta be stunned.
You gotta be stunned. Like dirt on your shoes can't happen. Like can't, like it just looks trashy. It looks cheap. Like
unless you're Post Malone somehow.
Yeah, which is not, the bum look is not my favorite.
He has I think
he's horrible.
In a video he went with Mass Appeal. He went to a guitar shop and there was a guitar there that I don't know guitar anatomy, but like
the strings.
No, like the wood on the top, like right under the strings.
The
face of the guitar, I guess.
The face, yeah.
Was all Versace clothing.
Oh wow.
Instead, and the case was made out of Versace. Like, and it was like used Versace. The guy knitted into the guitar to make handcrafted.
It's like $1 million guitar.
And he bought it, and he was like, "Dude, that's my shit."
That's great. Yeah.
Anyway, though, yeah, it's like,
but you just have to spend so much money. Like faking rich sounds horrible, because like, and it's embarrassing. Like you can't go out. Like it would just suck to be that famous and have to like always be on point.
Yeah, think of all these Chicago rappers that like you've never heard of, but that have like 10 stacks in their music video. And they're just like they're pretending like they're rich and you never heard of them, and you're just like,
yeah, it's not happening.
You give them the fucking sidelong glance, like, whose management team set you up with that 10 racks? That's like the 10 racks that Chief Keef used in his first video.
Yeah,
it's like the same one. That's Monopoly money. Like
it's fake.
There's something about it,
Yeah, well, whatever gets you paid, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, Smino is an incredible artist. I can't fucking wait for his next project.
Yeah,
I'm gonna listen to this tonight again.
This 2 a.m. podcast.
I'm not getting off this album.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it again tonight while I lay in bed and drift slowly into that good night.
Into the abyss. What is it off this mortal coil? Something off this mortal coil?
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about though. It's like a saying, right?
Yeah. Is it you mosey off this mortal coil?
I don't know. It sounds kind of grim.
Shimmy off this mortal coil?
Sounds like dying.
It is. It's a reference for dying. It's like a Shakespearean reference for dying.
I can't remember. I know mortal. I've heard mortal.
Is it like you mambo or tango off this mortal coil? It's like a dance off this mortal coil. Anyways, thanks for tuning in this long. If you listen to it, if you're still listening, you really ought to follow us.
This post game 5 podcast.
What are you doing? If you're still listening, you ought to follow us.
Yeah, Podcast FI on Twitter.
Podcast FI on Twitter. Podcast FI on Reddit. I don't know if that. I don't know you can follow anyone, but if you want to see what we post, we're sticky to the front page of J. Cole's subreddit. So shout out to those folk.
Yeah, we're still Factually Incorrect podcast everywhere else. We're still trying to work on I guess it doesn't even matter.
We're on YouTube now as well.
Yeah, we're on YouTube right now. Right now.
We're on YouTube right now.
Right now.
Let us know if you like those videos.
Yeah, comment.
They're pretty much the show with just some visuals that you can look at.
Yeah, more accessibility. That's
just
really,
a little bit more accessible.
Yeah, we're trying to gain market share, as they would say in the finance world.
In every world.
Just smiled like, I did a good job. Reward me. Yeah. All right.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, it's been real. Bye.
Peace. Oh my God. It's an hour and 45 minutes. He said we. 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 Minutes. He said